Today we are doing a 5 looks 1 palette with the new Pat McGrath Labs Moonlit Seduction Mothership 10 palette. I am very excited. I'm so excited to be creating and playing and having fun with this palette because truly I just adore it. I already have a review video and also a video comparing this palette in depth with all of my other Pat McGrath Labs palettes that I have in my collection on my channel, so I'll link those down below for you in case you are wanting like a review and comparisons as well. This is all about the look inspiration and how to get the most out of this palette, and hopefully just to inspire you to use it on the everyday and get your money out of it, you know, because they're expensive palettes. Beautiful but expensive. Anyway, hopefully this all sounds interesting to you. Now if it does, let's go ahead and do the YouTubey things. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let's zoom in and get into the looks. Let's get stuck straight into look 1, shall we? Now I already have my base makeup done. I'm not going to be able to link all of the base makeup that I'm wearing in each one of these videos, or each one of these looks I should say, sorry, because there's like a character limit in the description box, but the palette will be linked, and I will remember to link all of the lip products that I was at least wearing down below in the description box. Honestly, most of these looks I'm wearing the makeup products from the makeup I want to use up video that I just recently did, so if you want to know what pretty much is in every single one of these like base makeup looks, check that video out because it's those products. I'm trying to pan them, I'm trying to empty them. I actually did just finish a foundation that wasn't in that video but should have been, the YSL All Hours foundation. Completely done, even opened it and scraped the product out, so pat on the back. I am gonna dip into Subliminal first. If you've seen any of these kinds of videos before from me specifically, you knew Subliminal was coming. We're gonna dip into the transition shade. It's the OG. It's the OG transition shade. It'll probably be the first eyeshadow I've ever used up, ever, completely. Now I'm just gonna quickly prime with my Rare Beauty eye primer because I forgot. Dipping into that Subliminal transition shade with a Delium Tools 783, and I'll just start by really lightly buffing that through the crease. I'll start by swirling onto this outer corner here first, and then buffing it inward. I just find Moonlit Seduction doesn't quite have a light enough transition shade for me that I personally would actually like. I want to create looks for you guys that I genuinely would wear out of the house, not just for, you know, YouTube, you know what I mean? So this is what I would genuinely do. If you don't have this shade, no stress, just use any transition shade you like in any of your palettes that I'm sure you own, or use your bronzer. Okay, let's go ahead and dip into this little bad boy now. I think I'm going to actually dip into Plum Cabaret here, and I'm gonna pick it up first up on a Delium Tools 795 angled brush, and I'm going to kind of just pack this mostly all over the lid. I'm actually just gonna switch to a Rephr number 1, that's better. And I'll blend that through the crease as well. I didn't mention, sorry, that most of these looks are going to be a mix between wearable looks and glam looks. Today's is going to be glam, but I have actually, spoiler alert, already filmed the next 2 days because I filmed them early in the morning before work. So the next two looks will be wearable looks, and they're very wearable, very simple and easy to create. And I'll try and remember to leave timestamps below in case you're like, oh, not feeling this look, I want to skip to the next. I'm also trying to create these looks to be quite, you know, user-friendly to recreate, if you will. Dipping back into Subliminal with the transition shade and that original brush, I'm just going to buff the edges there lightly, and then I will just dip back into Plum Cabaret. Perfect. Now I'm just going to go ahead and do that to this eye. That's the Plum Cabaret, and honestly, you could just pop now a little bit of Plum Cabaret along the lower lash line here, which actually, let's just do that while we're here, shall we? Because I'm going to do that anyway. Hold please, let me find a brush. I'm just gonna take a Delium Tools 785 smudger brush and pick up Plum Cabaret, and I'll just run that underneath the lower lash line. So you could obviously leave this here, pop some eyeliner on, or really do whatever you like. And this is like, I mean, you could even skip that subliminal transition shade and just do this as like a one and done, or you could do it as a 1-2 if you wanted like a really fall inspired kind of deep mauvey purple eye. Like I feel like this just on its own with some mascara would look really lovely, in my personal opinion. So you could almost even count this as like look 1, and then now we're gonna like take it a step further, if you will. But I do really like the way that this is looking. And if you have the mustard gel liner Cultura from Melt Cosmetics, if you put that on as a wing right now, that would also look really good. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna take this a step further. I'm gonna take my Intensify stick. I'm just gonna pick some of it up on a little shader brush here, just because I've got that matte over, and I'm going to apply this over the lid. Now we're gonna go into VR Sextasy right here, which is such a cool shade. I'm really excited to try this. I'm actually gonna wet the brush as well with just my NYX setting spray, only because I've got my base done. If I didn't have my base done, I wouldn't do this. And I'm just taking my Rephr number 2, and I'm gonna tap this all over the lid, and it is absolutely amazing. Look at that. It's like made to go with Plum Cabaret actually, this shadow. Wow. Now I did get a little bit of fallout, so again, I would actually recommend doing your eyes first. I just felt like doing my base today, if I'm honest. So just tapping, again, intensifies or a glitter glue, wetting the brush, and then tapping the product on. All of those steps are going to minimize any potential glitter fallout that you may get. God, that is so cool. Look at this. I'm gonna get up close. Look at that. That is so cool. I kind of got a new little setup. I don't have like a new camera or lights, but I have a new setup for like the tripods and stuff. So if the lighting's a little bit off in this video, bear with me, or a couple of videos, just bear with me. I'll fix it all. I'm gonna go into the lilac shade for inner corner on this one. So I am going to quickly put my Melt Cosmetics Olive eyeliner in my bottom waterline, just the Charlotte Tilbury black eyeliner in the top waterline, my Huda Beauty Legit Lashes mascara on, and then I'll figure out what lip I'm gonna wear with this look, and I will come back and I will show you guys the full finished look. So 2 seconds. This is the finished makeup look. What do you guys think? I really like it. I love that Sextasy shade. Let me get a little bit more up close for you guys. So pretty, right? I'm super into this shade. This is like probably more of a fall look for a lot of you, but I'm into it. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on to look number 2. Welcome to look number 2. It is very early in the morning. I have my coffee right here with me to wake me up. Today I am working from home, but I do have quite a few meetings with external stakeholders today, so I need to kind of look put together, but I don't want to do too much, because sometimes when I've got external meetings over Zoom, my eyes can get really irritated. So I know exactly the look that I want to do. Now I'm going to dip into Subliminal today. I'm going to take my Rephr number 16 first, and I'm going to dip into this shade in Subliminal. I've also primed it with my Rare Beauty primer, and we're going to start by buffing this into the crease. Today's going to be a very simple, easy look. I say that and then next minute you watch, it'll be full-blown glam. But no, I'm going to stick to my words. I'm just dusting this all over the lid just to create some depth. I'm not building it up too intensely, just dusting over the lids. Now when I tell you this is going to be a very easy breezy look, it is actually going to be a very easy breezy look. I'm going to take my Intensify stick, and I'm actually just going to pick it up on a flat shader brush today, and I'm just going to tap this all over the lid. I won't take it too high up in the crease, but I definitely want it over the base of the shadow. So the best thing about this Intensify stick is you can really either use it directly from the applicator or you can use it with a brush to like really strategically place the product. It's such a good bloody product, you guys. I can't stress it enough. All right, we are going into this incredible shade. I love this shade. I will link the other videos that I have already up on my channel relating to this specific palette down below for you guys. And in my initial review, I swatched this out on my hand and oh my gosh, it is just incredible. It really is. And as soon as I did that, like as soon as I swatched it out on my hand in the initial video, I knew that this was the look that I wanted to do with this shadow, and it is the simplest, easiest look, but I just knew it would look amazing. So I'm just literally picking this up with my finger and I'm just gonna tap it over that Intensifies. The only reason why I'm putting the Intensifies down, you wouldn't need to, it just depends on the eye shape and how you feel about glitter fallout. It's just gonna keep that glitter fallout just a little bit more at bay for me and my hooded eyes, but you know, it's really a preference thing. If you find that the Intensifies is still, it still does create a little bit of glitter fallout, then all you need to do is use a brush and wet it and it will stop that glitter fallout further. So I'm just literally like being really quite haphazard with it so that it's just quite like fairy dust looking almost. So pretty, right? Oh, I love it. That is pretty much all we're gonna do today because honestly I just really want this to be super simple and fuss free. I'm just dipping back into that Subliminal shade, and again, if you don't have Subliminal, do not fuss. Use your bronzer, and you just use your bronzer in the exact same manner as what I used that Subliminal shadow. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go off camera, and I know that was super quick and simple, but I really want this like look video to be just inspo for you guys to use this palette in a glam scenario and also on a very casual everyday scenario, because I want you to be able to get the most money out of this palette as possible. So I am going to now go off camera and do the rest of my makeup, and we'll come back, finish the eyes up and do lips like we do in these look videos, and then you guys will see the finished look and we'll move on to the next one. So let's do it. I am back. I just put my hair topper on and we are going to quickly finish the lower lash line. I did put my Charlotte Tilbury black eyeliner in my top waterline, my LH Cosmetics Greige liner in my bottom waterline, and my Victoria Beckham mascara on my top lashes. Just because they're kind of the boring steps. I never show them usually on camera anyway. We all know how to put mascara on, and I don't show my eyeliner because I have to like make hideous faces, and like I share a lot with you guys and I just feel like I can keep my eyeliner faces to myself, you know? Anyway, I'm just dipping into Subliminal in the transition shade. I'm not doing anything crazy with this lower lash line. My stomach just growled so loud. I'm gonna be so interested if I can hear that on the camera when I'm editing. I feel like I smoked that out a little bit, but I'm not mad because it's kind of making me look like I have that little eye bag trend, but I feel like in a chic way. And if you disagree, just like, let's just keep that to ourselves. Give me my moment. I've just got to tell you again how much I adore this palette. It's so pretty. What should we do for the inner corner? I'm going to use just this basic B one. I'm just keeping this look really subtle and basic, and I love it. I just love a basic look sometimes. For some reason I just got fallout here and I'm not quite sure why. I'll fix that from some shade. Or maybe that was the mascara. Subliminal, I think, actually. That inner corner shade, by the way, stunning. Lips today, I'm taking Tom Ford Bait in a lip liner. And then I'm also gonna take Tom Ford lip color in Pretty Persuasive, which is this like beautiful pink. I was gonna go nude, but I was like, you're wearing pink. It's like the perfect opportunity. That is very pink though, isn't it? We might dull that down just a touch with, actually, I'm gonna take some of this Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip in Primrose. I think it looks pretty. What do you guys think? I love that. Look at this. Look at this lid. Glossy wet look. It's not gonna crease. And I am just so here for it. This is gonna be like my go-to everyday look for a very long time, I can tell. Let me go and zoom out so you can see the finished look all together. And this is the finished makeup look too. What do you guys think? You already know I'm absolutely in love with it. I just feel very like pretty and chic and put together, and it's, I don't know, I just absolutely love it. This shade, I just can't get over how beautiful this gold shade is. Let me know your thoughts down below on look 2, and let's go ahead and move on to look number 3. We have look number 3 today. Good morning, and it's very early again for me. I have a full day of meetings today, so we are going wearable. I've already done my base makeup because I felt like it this morning really, and I am wearing the Charlotte Tilbury Runway Royalty lipstick if you are wondering. KVD Good Apple foundation, the Chanel Water Fresh tint blush in intense coral, the Charlotte Tilbury cream bronzer. There's some of the products on my face. I have also already primed with my Rare Beauty eye primer. Today we're going to dip into Midnight Sun first because I want to dip into this transition shade to begin with. That's the only thing I find missing from Moonlit Seduction, is a transition shade for my skin tone, or my type of skin tone, I guess, or my preference really. Rephr number 16, and I'm going to just start by lightly buffing this through the crease. It's going to be a wearable look today because, as mentioned, I have a full day of meetings, or at least my version of a wearable look, I should say. I'm just picking up a 795 Delium Tools Angle brush and going back into that exact same shade, and I'm just tapping it onto the outer and inner corners because we're going to do a little halo eye. While I'm here, I'll also dip into that same shade with a 777 shader brush from Delium, and I will run it softly underneath the lower lash line. Taking my Intensify stick from Pat, I'm gonna pop this in the center of the lid, where we're gonna lay that metallic down. Now we're dipping into the beautiful Moonlit Seduction. I'm gonna go straight into this shadow right here. I cannot remember the name of it, and I'm actually just gonna take it on my finger and tap that into the center of the lid. Oh gosh, that's a pretty bronze, isn't it? I'm just going to tap my finger with that shade just upward to just kind of create like a little upward cascade of shimmer, shall we say. That is very, very pretty. Now, for those of you that potentially find this version on Glam, Find It Glam, or this is your version of everyday, you're going to want to stop here, maybe pop it in a corner highlight, and off you go, Bob's your uncle. But for those of you that have my version of an everyday look, then you keep on carrying on with me. I'm gonna pick up a small shader brush, and I know we used this shade yesterday, but I can't help it. I need to use it again today. We're gonna dip into this gold shade. I am actually, sorry, before I do this, just gonna pick up some intensifiers on a flat shader brush. You can skip this step if you want. I just find it will help a little bit. I'm just gonna tap it right through the center where we laid that bronze shade down. And now I'm going to tap that beautiful gold shade where we laid that intensifiers down, just to add a little something something, just because it's Friday in my time, and who doesn't need a little extra something something on a Friday? I love that gold shade. So pretty. I'm gonna pick up my Rephr number 14 and tap a teensy bit into this shade, just a really small amount. And I'll just use that just to ever so softly deepen the inner, but I'm really using a very light, minimal touch. It's just gonna be a kiss. Like so, and I'll just like have a kiss under here. Now I'm gonna take my Melt Cosmetics Cultura Gel Liner and do a little wing. So bear with me. It'll be a surprise for us all if it makes it on camera. So let's see how we go. Can I just tell you, I think that was the quickest and easiest I've ever done a wing in my entire life. It's just a very soft one, so it wasn't too hard, but I'm impressed with myself, if I'm being honest. I'm gonna put the Greige Core Crown from Linda Hallberg Cosmetics in my lower waterline and my Black Charlotte Tilbury in the top waterline. And Then we'll come back and do inner corner highlight. For inner corner highlight, I'm gonna go into Skin Tense Glow right here. I feel like this is a lot of people's glam, but this is my everyday. Here we are. I'm just going to pop my Victoria Beckham mascara on, and then I will show you guys the finished look. So just a jiffy. Look number 3, what do you guys think? A bronzy halo eye. This is very wearable for me. This is, like I said, I'm going into meetings all day and I feel very confident. This is definitely like a me makeup look. Hopefully you enjoyed the look. Let's go ahead and move on to look number 4. Look number 4, let's go ahead and get stuck into it. I really want to create a very me kind of makeup look today. It's going to be a little bit more glam, but I just want it to be like quite me feeling, and I feel like those of you that have been around here a long time might already know which shade I've got in mind for that. But anyway, let's dip into Subliminal first in the transition shade. This is my Rephr number 16, and I'm just gonna softly buff that through the crease. I'm gonna focus it more so in the outer corner and the squiggling out here, and then I'll slowly bring it forward. Let's go ahead and dip into Moonlit Seduction. We're going to go into this shade right here with my Rephr number 14. I'm going to pack this onto the outer corner here. So I'm just trying to concentrate a lot of that color into this outer corner and kind of create a smoky outer corner. So that's why I'm just taking my time to kind of blend this out and build it up in this outer corner portion right here. And then I'll slowly drag it inward. So I really just want to create that kind of like almond eye. It just creates a real lifted look for my personal hooded eyes. Because they're a little bit downturned, which is fine. But I like to do this to combat that. I'm just dipping back into the transition shade in Subliminal. If you don't have Subliminal, just use any transition shade you literally like, and you can follow the exact same steps. It really doesn't have to be the same shade, I promise. I'm just buffing over that and just blending them together, marrying them together. And while I'm here, I'm gonna take my Delium Tools 777 shader brush and go into this shade and just run it underneath the lower lash line. I've just picked up a Rephr number 3 as well, and I'll dip into that shade and I'll just pop that really close to this lower lash line here too. Taking my Intensify stick, just going to pop this onto 3/4 of the lid. Picking up Rephr number 2, I'm gonna dip into Platinum Dusk. I have to. This is such a me shade. I'm dying to just bathe in it. I'm truly just dying to bathe in it. So I'm gonna pick this one up. I'm also gonna wet the brush. I'm only wetting the brush because I've done my base makeup. If I hadn't done my base makeup, I wouldn't wet the brush. So it just depends on, you know, I just am trying to minimize any potential fallout. I don't think this shade will actually have a lot of fallout, but I'm just trying to minimize it, just in case. And I'm just tapping that on where we put the Intensify stick down. Oh my gosh, that's such a beautiful shade. I love it. Look at that, you guys, that's amazing. Wow. Amazing. For the inner corner, I'm going to pop into this little lilac shade right here. I'm actually going to wet the brush for this one as well. This is just on a pencil brush. I'll just pop that. And I'm going to swoop that up and into the look here. You can obviously not do that step, but I just feel like it adds a little pop. And then I'm just going into this Skin Tense Glow with the same brush. Just pop that underneath the brow bone here, and I'm just gonna pop a little bit of that on as well. I am into that. Okay, I'm gonna go off camera now. I'm gonna put my Linda Hallberg Greyish Core Crayon in my bottom waterline, my Charlotte Tilbury Black Eyeliner in my top waterline, my Huda Beauty Legit Lashes mascara on, and then I'm going to put blush and lipstick on as well because I haven't done those steps yet, and I'll come back and show you guys the finished look. So 2 seconds. This is the finished makeup look. What do you guys think? I used the Vive 90s lipstick for my lips with the Luna Beauty Moon Gloss, and then I used the Victoria Beckham Cream Blush in Playground with the Item Beauty It's Verified blush over the top. So yeah, I am very, very, very happy with the way that this eye look turned out. It's very me, very cool toned, and I love it. I would feel very confident leaving the house in this look, I'm not gonna lie. Probably more so like a dinner or a more dressed up occasion, but still very me, and I love it. All right, now we are on to the 5th and final look. Look number 5, the final look. Let's go ahead and get stuck straight into it. I've already primed using my Rephr Beauty eye primer, and you guessed it, we're dipping straight into Subliminal in with this shade right here. I'm gonna take an R104 What's Up Beauty brush, and I'm just going to buff this really softly through the crease. I'm just gonna create a soft and simple wearable look today. Just windscreen wiper motion through the crease. I'll do a little squiggle to buff it out, and that's all we're doing with this one. Now we're dipping into Moonlit Seduction. We're going to go into this shade right here. I'm going to take an R103 What's Up Beauty brush. I'm just going to pick up a small amount, not too much. We'll start slow and we'll build. And I'm just going to use this to add some slight depth just through the crease area here, but I don't want to go too heavy with it, so I'm just using a really light hand, and I'll just put a kiss of it in this outer corner here. Taking my Intensify stick from Kat, we are going to pop this over the lid where we want to lay down our metallic. So I'm popping it probably to about here, but you can just pop it wherever you like. Obviously, because you will do as you wish. You do not have to do what I say. I'm now gonna pick up a Delium Tool 773, and we're gonna go into this shade right here. She Needs a Moment because she's stunning. And I'm just picking her up with the Delium Tools brush, and I'm just going to, I haven't done my base, so I'm actually gonna try with my finger first, I think. I want maximum payoff. There we go. Holy dooly, look at that beautiful shade. That is magical. If you didn't mind a glittery highlight, that would look amazing as a highlight on the face. So we're just pressing that wherever we put the intensifiers down. I haven't done my base, so I'm not worried about fallout. I'll just wipe it off. Oh my goodness. Absolutely magical. Just picking up that R104 again from What's Up Beauty and going back into a kiss of this shade. And I'll just kind of marry this outer corner and just marry the metallic together. Dipping back into the Subliminal transition shade. And just, you don't obviously need the Subliminal transition shade, just use whatever transition shade you like. All right, I'm gonna leave this here for now. I'm gonna go off camera and do my base makeup, and then we'll come back and we'll finish everything up, so 2 seconds. So base makeup is completely done, and I put my Charlotte Tilbury Black Eyeliner in my top waterline and my Linda Hallberg Cosmetics Greyish Eyeliner in my bottom waterline. For the lower lash line, I'm gonna take the Delium Tools 777 shader brush and dip into this shade from Subliminal, and I will lightly run that underneath here. BK204, dipping into a kiss of this shade. And then let's go into Skin Tense Glow for the inner corner. Sorry, this look probably has been done a million times on the tubes already, but this will be a go-to look for me with this palette for sure. Now, a couple of ways that you could jazz this look up if you wanted to. You could add a wing, obviously right here. You could also smudge like brown or black or whatever color you like really along the lash line here and really smoke it out a little bit. You could put a bolder color through the lower waterline or a bolder color on the lower lash line. You can kind of jazz this look up a few different ways. This is a very soft, natural, everyday, like I would wear this to work look for me. So I'm gonna leave it here. Also on my lips, by the way, is Charlotte Tilbury Runway Royalty with Luna Beauty Moon Gloss. Now I'm gonna go and put my Victoria Beckham mascara on. I'm gonna go do my hair, and then we will come back and wrap this video up and you guys will see the finished look. So 2 seconds. This is the 5th and final makeup look. What do you guys think? Very soft, very wearable, something that I will create a lot of times, I'm sure, in my everyday life for work. But I wanted to show you guys because this is such a quick and easy and beautiful look to put together, and obviously also would look really good with like a bold lip as well, like a red lip for a more glam look. Chef's kiss perfection, you know. That wraps up the video. That wraps up the 5 looks with Moonlit Seduction. Don't worry, this won't be the last you see of this palette on my channel. I use my palettes just overall a lot on my channel. They're just expensive. I like to inspire you guys to get your use and money out of them. Let me know which one it was your favorite look down below in the comments. And if you are watching until this point, you are an absolute legend. I appreciate you so, so, so much. If you haven't already, pretty please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe. It helps my channel out so much and I truly appreciate it. And I hope that you have an amazing day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you next time. Bye.